Oh yeah, I think everything is running. What's going on, everybody? I decided to do a live today. Alan Staple and I were supposed to be over on his channel, and we're supposed to be talking IBC, but he had some delays as he is on the boat. Most of you know that Mr. Staple is Mr. Stable. He'll probably punch me in the throat for calling him that. Most of you know that he is a captain of a yacht, and it is 4th of July week, however you want to look at it. And when there are awesome holidays like this, then people tend to book a boat and go out and whoop it up. So he is doing that, and he was unable to, I guess, get to their destination in a timely fashion. So that's just how it goes. So I figured I would come out here and just do a live for maybe an hour and change, talk a little IBC a little bit, infinite banking concept, for those of you that don't know what the acronym for IBC is, and I'm sure there's a plethora of other ones. Also, I might throw in a little bit of crypto as well, as the name does say. Simon Says Crypto. So before I begin on all that, I just want to make sure that I am actually live, as opposed to just talking to myself on camera. So just give me a moment here. I'm going to go to my own channel, make sure it's copacetic. IBC and me, baby. Everything's good. Everything's looking good over there. All right. Sounds lovely. Give myself a thumbs up. Okay. So, as I stated before, myself and Alan are going to be talking about the infinite banking concept over on his channel. And I believe we're no longer going to be doing that just in his Patreon. We're bringing it to live because, honestly, we both feel that all should know this, as the information has been given to all, not just a select group. So today, in lieu of the challenges that kind of took place a little bit earlier today, I figure I'd just share a couple lines out of the Infinite Banking Concept book, Becoming Your Own Banker. Let's see here. I'm just going to throw this up on screen radio quick. Looks a little something like this right here. Oh, and there is the man, the myth, the legend. He is no longer with us. God bless him and his soul. But he has given us a great wealth of knowledge in a 92-page book. I suggest you go get it. It might be a little dry on the read. If that's not your fancy, get the Audible. Listen to it over and over and over again. I love doing that, actually, especially if sometimes if I'm feeling antsy in life, and just want something else to listen to, but yet to keep me focused and motivated on the things that I'm participating in. I will default to that, and it's actually done me pretty well. Even with cryptocurrency videos, that were pretty in depth, pretty long, kind of like the Dip a Toe Let's Talk Crypto show. It can go pretty long sometimes, but there's some good information there. There's a lot of gems there, so those are things that I do. But anyways, so I'm literally on page 3 of the Nelson Nash Becoming Your Own Banker 5th edition. And let me just find this here. There's a paragraph right here. Okay, second paragraph. Just make sure I got it. This book demonstrates that your need for finance during your lifetime is much greater than your need for protection / death benefit. Solve for this need through this instrument, the contract, policy, life insurance policy. I knew I'd lose my place. And you will end up with more life insurance than the company will issue on you. That part I didn't understand until I actually got a policy. And what that means at that last little part right there, and you will end up with more life insurance than the companies will issue on you. So when I got my whole life insurance policy, by the way, shout out to Jarrett Vick at Legacy Life. My policy was for 200 and almost $250,000. Okay, that's how much I'm worth. Dead or alive? No, just dead. But that's not the point of that. That's just a baseline number. And if you implement this concept right here at my untimely death or my timely death, not that I'm planning on going, that's somebody else's job. By that time, that policy will be worth more than $249,000, and that's what he means by that. But also, the beginning of that, your need for finance is greater than your need for protection or for death benefit. Do I need $250,000 of death benefit coverage? No. It doesn't benefit me personally. However, it does benefit those that I am leaving behind, whether that's the wife, the kids, grandkids, who have nephews, sisters, brother-in-laws, the whole coup de grace. It can benefit them, right? And I think that's good. But Nelson Nash is talking about your need for finance is greater than the need for that, meaning I need to finance for big purchase items or even little purchase items. I need to finance for cars. And I know everybody talks about the car, but dude, that's like the first major purchase that most of us buy or do in our lifetime. Some of us save up for it, but at some point we get a loan, and that's the finance part. We finance appliances. You'll find that out in your lifetime. You'll need some a new washer, new dryer. Hey Dale, how's it going, brother? So water heater breaks in your home, or you get a home. You need a down payment for a home. There's so many different things out there that we finance. A number of different things. So many that the number is so vast that we need an instrument that we can utilize to finance our needs, our wants, our endeavors. I mean, heck, if someone had $20,000 right now and they would be willing to lend it to me, I know what cryptocurrencies I would go and get. And then I would pay them back on a payment plan plus interest, right? That's a great play. But, this in this concept, really one of the focus points is yes, we need funds to finance, but let's quit sending all that money we give to interest across the street, to the financial institutions that we utilize. Our goal is to reclaim and capture that interest we've been sending across the street. And most individuals that have at least got a car loan, they've at least looked at their statement or bill one time, and they had a holy shikaka moment, and that's when they looked at how much money goes to interest versus how much money goes to the principal, the original amount borrowed on the loan. So when you start looking at how much money goes out to that, and there is a way for you to, hey, I don't have to send that across the street. I'm going to be able to put that over here in a contract with the guarantee of compounding interest? Tell me more. Um, I like that. I do math all the time, because I just like to get creative with math and my budget and things like that. I'm kind of an envelope pusher, if you will. Um, but I have figured out that there is a lot of money that is going across the street, um, that could be going back not only to me in my endeavors, but eventually be passed on to my family, with no tax. I like that. That means all the funds are going to the individuals that I wanted it to, as opposed to anybody else taking a small fee, on my graduation day. And you know, one of the cool parts about this coming into my life, actually, there was I have a crypto homie, NFT Solutions. You can find him on X, formerly known as Twitter. Um, I interviewed him a long time ago on this channel, and NFT Solutions, Matthew with NFT Solutions, and great guy, smart, and he actually mentioned this book to me. And at the time, I I was interested. It sounded good, just by what he was saying. I was interested, but I wasn't ready to devote the time to a whole new rabbit hole, so to speak, and learn something else. And this was mid 2021 when I did that interview with him. But he was the one that kind of planted that first initial seed, and then fast forward to the beginning of 2023. Yeah, about there. My buddy JV, he started talking to me about the infinite banking concept. And honestly, we've talked every day. Heck, I talked to him today. And it's great when you have people to talk about these types of things. Getting back to crypto, one of the things that I saw with this was, not only was there a place where I could take my money, save it, if you will, right? And not have it, in my other places that I would save money, where, I know myself enough to go, I'm going to find the right conditions to chip away at my pile. I have a process in place. Pay yourself first. That's in place, right? But I didn't have the discipline at the time. Not like I do now. I had more than I've ever had, each and every day. But I knew at some point I would have a moment of weakness where I would go spend a little bit and make a justification. And now I've robbed myself of some opportunity. I know I've done that because I've done it multiple times before in my life, right? And so this was another way to, hey, I'm kind of trapping this money over here, and I'm gonna have to do a few extra steps in order to access a line or a stream of funds by collateralizing that part of the policy. But it's in there, it's compounding. If I happen to graduate early, then again, family or whoever I decide can get the check, and it doesn't have to be family member. Maybe you don't have family members, so a significant other or whatever, but maybe there's some causes that you like. Maybe you actually have a good working relationship with somebody at work, or maybe you're a small business owner, but yet you don't have a lot of social interactions with family, or you don't have any, but you still have some type of bond or friendship with somebody, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to give these funds to them, but they don't have to know. They don't have to know that typically. I don't think. Could be speaking out of pocket on that, but nonetheless, it's there to do that. So with crypto, though, another thing with crypto, it's over there saving, or I'm saving it. It's over there out of my hands, but doing a good educated purchase of crypto, meaning maybe the market was running up like it did October of last year to about March of this year, March, April-ish of this year, right? That's on a run up. No, I'm not going to buy. But now where we're at right now, this is arguably a better time to buy than it was in March. So this would be a time to make a good decision and borrow against my policy and go get the cryptos I want. That's just one thing that I'm going to be able to do with this, and I really like that, because in the meantime, while I'm waiting for the market to correct, I'm setting my money aside, waiting for me to get those funds in position. The great part is I'm not really using my money. I'm using the insurance company's money to go get those assets, get them back. But I'm okay with paying that loan back over time. I think no brainer. I like that. That works for me. And now my money's making money. With that. So I really, really do like that. Also, it gives me a place to stick my profits, because at some point we're going to take profits. I recommend taking profits. You should do that. Not just to get profits, but mainly just to go through that process, because it's very hard. It's very hard emotionally to sell your cryptos or any other asset. You want to make sure you're getting the best of the best. You're the best dollar, for what you're selling. I get that, but at some point you just have to look at the win is a win, and are you good with taking a win at whatever price that may be? That's something we all have to go through. But that honestly is a very long thought process. And when you're in the heat of the moment, so to speak, hey, there's been a huge run up in crypto prices or any other asset that you may be into now or in the future, price runs up, you get excited. It's scrambling your brain and you're not emotionally in check, and that's okay. I'm just identifying that. But if before all the run up, you're like, you made a choice to say, hey, if it gets up to here, I'm going to liquidate some. It's a promise that I made to myself, not just to take profit, but to do it, to pull that trigger, to do it for yourself. I think that's a very, very important thing within the crypto space or any other asset. But now it's like, well, what do you do? What do you do with that money, that profits, right? That's always been a huge question for me. I'd say a problem. It's a good problem, but nonetheless, I just didn't have a plan. Didn't know where to go to really get some good, solid answers. Right. For a very long time, it's been buy precious metals, buy real estate. That's where you stick your stuff, right? Your profits. Those are like the two most common ones I've heard, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that is the best place, but a place is as good as any, is it? So the becoming your own banker, the infinite banking concept, a dividend paying whole life insurance policy. And it's not just any policy, it's a specifically crafted policy. And it's also with only specific companies that are out there. And you use specific insurance agents. And those are ones that are infinite IBC practitioners that they have gone to the Nelson Nash Institute. They have taken the course. They go to the think tanks once a year if they're able to make those think tanks, and it's no different than a certified surgeon. Do you want a certified surgeon working on you or not? Ooh, you know what I mean? It's I know it's kind of an alphabet thing, but to do what we need done in this process, I don't know insurance, right? The insurance agent does. But I want to make sure this insurance agent understands this concept, this strategy. They should know it a heck of a lot more than I do. But it's beneficial to me too, 2, read this book over and over again, to be a part of a community, ask questions. It's very, very important. So important so that I know that I already know someone in the chat or that's watching this. I've had a few different conversations with them about the infinite banking concept. But myself personally, I have talked with someone almost every day for the past year. And I say almost every day because we probably had 2 hours on one day, and then we didn't call the next, and then we had another 3 hours on the next day. It averages out to about 1, maybe 2 hours a day, in truth. You can ask my wife. And actually, no, you can't. She's not here. So anyways, if you get to meet her, you can ask her because she'll tell you. Oh, yeah. But it's because of that. It's because of that conversation. It's because of that connection I had and still have with that individual that kept me in my progression of pursuing this strategy, this life-changing strategy. And I mean life-changing as in I'm changing my life. I have to change my thinking. I'm doing a huge overhaul within myself. Honestly, I started that way long time ago before, this came into my life. The same thing with crypto too. I started overhauling my life piece by piece because I knew I wanted something different. If you want something different, then you have to change. Anyways, but I don't believe I would have be where I'm at today if I didn't have the continued discussions, conversations, a continuation of shared information, podcast, videos, everything, JV, I know you're out there listening. Thank you so very much for all the conversations we've had and that we had today. And the one I'm pretty sure we're going to have tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, Alan, for the discussions that we have. Thank you for Elizabeth, the discussions that we have. And thank you to all the practitioners that I've had a chance to watch their content. And thank you to really our Nelson Nash. This is a kind of my savings grace, and I'm not trying to get all emotional, but man, this is a play, and I love a good play. I love a good move. I love a good strategy. I like one that it doesn't, the volume of money that you may or may not have in your life is irrelevant. It's the fact that you can do it with pretty much any dollar amount. You really can. You really, really can. And I love that. What else are we talking about here? So anyways, yes, there's the becoming a little bit about my story. Just sharing some things with the infinite banking concept, but I want you guys out there to have that too. I really do. When Alan and I were talking about doing this, hold on. Hey, let's take a phone call live real quick. It's Mr. B-Man. Hold on. Let's see what he has to say. Hold on a second.
Bro.
Hey, B-Man. I'm good. How are you? You're live right now while I'm doing live. I decided to take your call while I'm live.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Well, Simon Says Crypto. We're doing it live here in the studio, taking calls. I wish I could put you through the live stream. That'd be cool. Anyways, yeah, I'm just going live because weren't able to connect with Dad because he's out there doing the yacht captain thing, and I know he had some hangups. He sounded pretty busy, and I know you were doing the grind and whiplash at your place of employment. Doing it's a holiday weekend extravaganza, but
hey, everybody, if you haven't seen it yet, check out Simon's ecstasy video. He literally laid the groundwork out for all of us to understand it and what's what. And man, thanks again for the shout out, bro. As always, if anybody is welcome on our show, it's Simon. So I couldn't be more thankful for you, bro.
I appreciate that, man. We're all family.
I thought you crushed it. I thought you crushed it on the live last Sunday too. So,
bro,
man,
you're crushing.
I wish I was a little freer right now.
Oh, are you still at the slave driving machine?
Yeah, I still am.
Oh,
yes,
my goodness.
Yes, it'll be a very, very good day for me here in the machine. Yeah.
Hey, you and I and Money Paradise got to get together.
Yes, we do.
Yes, I'm very much down for that for sure. I'm sure Money Paradise is out there somewhere listening, or he will. But yeah, we should get together and just see where the universe takes us.
I would love that, and I will be the one to call you guys and make that happen.
Yeah, please do, because I don't know your schedule. Us other two lazy farts are just sitting around the house.
You and I have similar conversations, and so I just know you two would, to turn out something like what he and I did, and he's one too. I let him know to talk to you about like kind of savings and like your calendar and paying yourself first and all these things that you talked about, obviously on your show and with your group, but with me, and I just want to make sure and pass that along, bro.
Appreciate it.
I think you guys could definitely have a lot of fun together, and there's much to talk about. So.
Oh yes, man, yeah. Him and
literally my brothers.
Yeah, him and I have had some good conversations off camera, man. So and I saw your guys' video there, and I was like, oh, we need the three amigos to get together. I think that'd be cool. Yeah. I think that'd be a fun time. So you let us know when you're good to go with all that, man, and we'll show up, we'll do it, and it'll be a good time.
I'm off this Thursday and Saturday, Simon. So let's cook, man.
Okay, I'll reach out to Money Paradise, see what's good, and let's do it.
Sounds good, brother.
All right, well,
everybody have a great week, rest of your week, and you'll be seeing more of me and Simon.
All right, thanks, brother. Hey, I appreciate you calling me back, bro. Be good, okay?
I love you, man.
All right, love you too, brother.
All right,
bye. All right, B-Man checking in. I had reached out to B-Man earlier to see if maybe he could go live as well on the Staple Crew, so we could do that. But he's making that money, stacking those chips, so he too can get down with the infinite banking process. Dang, man, that kind of threw my train of thought off, but it doesn't take much for an individual like me, squirrel, to get thrown off sometimes. So this book, go get it if you don't got it. You can get it on Amazon. Get it on Audibles if you don't really like to read. And bring your questions, bring comments, to the Staple Crew when me and Alan are there, or heck, pop them in this one. I don't care. I love talking this stuff, man. That's what our big goal. One of our big goals is to build a community, of the policy holders coming together, not so much the agents per se, but having the agents in the conversation too. In fact, I'm going to hold off on that announcement. Sorry, I know. Nothing solidified yet, so never mind. I do apologize. I really am. I don't even like it when my wife does that to me. So I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But in this strategy, one of the things that I really kind of that I kept getting hung up on was the term paying yourself back. I got a little lost there, and I know we'll talk about that in the future. But one thing I did get was the interest, pay myself interest. And I was actually already kind of doing that. Simon, we have books available. Oh, Mr. Scott Chapman, what's good, brother? He is an IBC practitioner right here, Mr. Scott Chapman. In fact, I know I believe he's helping out somebody else in the crowd with a policy. So he's saying that, all right, well, hey, do you have a link Scott, where do I find that? I'll go to that. I'll go there right now. If I just go to, you just tell me where to go, and I'll put that up on screen for the crowd. But yeah, that's a good deal. I like that. I like the price too. 1776. Real freedom. Real freedom. In fact, you know, there is a let's see if that's up here. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm actually going to go to let's go to YouTube. So recently, there is the channel that there's a few channels that I've checked out over time. But one of them is the Nelson Nash Institute. If I can find it, just give me a moment here. Let's see if she pops up. There it is. And we're going to share the screen. Know what I mean? Entire window. Here we go. And let me get rid of. So here we are. We're on the YouTube channel, home of the infinite banking concept, Nelson Nash Institute. This is the channel. 20 plus thousand subscribers on that channel. Sorry, I can look here and here. There's some good stuff here. There's a lot of good stuff here. Okay. What I really what I like about this is there's a lot of videos here that have Nelson Nash in them. And he's no longer with us, as I mentioned before, here on this good earth. He's in the heavenly of heavens, straight helping to straight all that out. But it's great to hear how Nelson says what he says in this book. It's great to hear those things. He does a lot of reiteration, but he gives some good analogies. Let's see here, link. Yeah, he gives some great analogies of to what just to focus on. And really he hones it in, because we all do this. I do it. I still do it. And I've only been in a year, right? Per se, like really hyper focused on this process. And man, can I complicate vanilla ice cream? You know, and what I mean by that is there are things that I've been reading in this book that I'm thinking about, but I'm like overthinking it. And also I'm not even close to what's being talked about. It's good to be thinking about those things, as in being aware. But I was still like on step one, read the whole book, read it again. Find somebody to talk to about this stuff. It's so much easier now here in these times with all the access to internet we have, right? It's not that hard to go to the Nelson Nash Institute, and you can find a IBC practitioner locally to you, or not. You can just call. You can call them all. Hey, whoever calls you back, you can chat them up. You could chat up. You could chat up Scott if you wanted to. I'm sure he'd be happy. I know he'd be happy to talk IBC to anybody brand new. I know he would. I had a wonderful conversation with him over the past couple of days. Actually, I believe it was Thursday, Friday last week, and yesterday. It was a good time. Scott, yes, the link, a link, or just the website, and where I could guide these folks to get that book for $17.76 free shipping. You can go ahead and post it if there's a specific place that I know we can get that. Because right now on Amazon, you're paying about $20. Of course, Amazon can get it to you too, but why not get the $3 deal and wait a couple days and save that $3, and that can be your first money going to your first policy. That'd be great. That'd absolutely that'd be a great deal. So yeah, Scott, if you get a chance, just guide me to which website I need to be going to get that deal. But back on the Nelson Nash Institute channel, there are, does it say up here? 94 videos. Not too bad. You could probably knock this out in a couple weekends. Let's go to videos. I'm going to go all the way back. Keep going. There it is. I recommend just starting at the beginning. Now these ones are from 10 years ago. So things have changed since then, as in reference information to the current circumstances. They might reference the national debt or how much money is being printed nowadays. Oh man, it's that printer. I don't think it has an off button anymore. Are you not seeing the link yet? No, sir. I just see the word link in the chat. So the link might not pop up there, Scott. So just if you could type in the website, that would be a-okay, sir. So yeah, go through these. Check them out. It's good. It's good for just listening, right? Help some of these seeds get planted in your mind, because there is a lot of information, but it's good, and you do have to change your thinking. Change your stinking thinking, as Nelson Nash would say. That stinking thinking. And what does he mean by that? What he means by that is we were all, in our own way, we were brought up how we were brought up. The things that we do today is honestly probably is evidence of things that we were taught a little while ago. We have habits. We might have bad habits, but that doesn't mean they're bad in the nature of things, of evil. But they are causing harm. We just don't recognize the harm because of our thinking. Nelson Nash talks about the arrival syndrome. And it goes in pretty deep, but it's very simplistic. But basically, it's where we get to a certain place and we say, not so many words, but this is as good as it's going to get. I can't go anymore, right? This is the best that I will ever do. And that's not true. That's not true. A great many successful people out there in all walks of life recognize that, and of course Nelson Nash does too, and brings that to the forefront. You're always progressing, always. Even if you're watching this right now, and you're thinking about jumping in somewhere, whether that's reading the book, listen to a few more podcasts, whatever, you're now in progression. You are no longer, this is as good as it's going to get. You are now, wait a minute, is this as good as it gets? Well, maybe I'm not good with as good as it is. I'm grateful to be where I'm at, because maybe last year was not the best place, or you've had years before where, oh yeah, that year was not good. This year's far better. I'm doing better within my life, right? But that does not mean, pull the horses back and just be where you're at. We can get complacent. I don't want to say lazy, but yeah, lazy in our own way. Oh, there it is. Cool. He's got it. Ta-da. Can I copy this? Oh, I know how to do that. Let's go over here. I'm just going to go over to my channel here. So Scott's got the He's got it there, but it's not showing up on the chat on my end. But I got it, Scott. It's right there. We'll just go there right now. Just give me a moment. Great. Hi. We'll just go there. Just give me a moment. Champion Financial. Whoa, we're not even typing over here. Come on now. Technology. I'm glad Nelson Nash decided to stick with a real turn painting, page turning book, so we could, take it with us wherever we want, and not have to deal with the keyboard here. All right, so www.Chapman Financial. Sorry, folks. Slow typer on 2 different screens. Oh, that is not how you spell that. NANCIL. Oh my gosh. Let's try that. No, that's not going to work. Silly. Let's try that. No, don't give me that. Let's try that. Fin and oh, see right there. It's always a typo. Big thumbs get in the way. I knew it. Here we go. Maybe today. Come on, Junior. Here we go. Let's share the screen. That one. Share. Okay, here we are at Chapman Financial Services, and you can purchase the IBC book right here. And this is Scott Chapman. He's in the chat. Right now, this is his site. Let's go do that. Let's click here. I want to purchase the book. There it is, 1776. Let's go ahead and click get it. Let's hide this. I want one. You can also follow Mr. Chapman on Twitter. Might need to change the logo there, brother. Gotta get the X. YouTube and on Instagram, and we can just add to cart. It's gonna ask for my oh, it's added. Can I go? Oh, there it is, right in the bottom right hand corner there. Check out, and I can check out and pay my way. There it is. Easy. I like it. Free shipping. Scott, is that shipping? Is that all over just the continental U.S.? Is that Canada as well? Maybe I got some friends in Australia that might want to do this as well. Does that ship? How far does that shipping go for? Let a brother know. Ding ding. It's good things. Here, I'm going to put this. I'm also going to put this in the chat and this YouTube channel for the Nelson Nash Institute. You guys can go check that out. I will pin that down below as well when I'm done doing this live. Okay, we're good there. So yeah, let's recap just real quick because I don't want to take a bunch of everybody's time today. I know Alan and I will be talking at length. A lot of good things within the Nelson Nash, the infinite banking concept laid by R. Nelson Nash. We'll pretty much be going through this book. We'll be doing a thing called Nelson Nash's or Nash's Nuggets. His gems. So he's got a lot of one-liners in here that really are very thought-provoking. Scott says we work just within the U.S. but could figure it out for other locations. Okay, cool. Right on. Appreciate that clarification there, Scott. I know I do have a few followers on here that are in the Netherlands, also Australia. There's a couple from South Africa and Argentina. They kind of bounce around from both to both. So, and actually, Scott, when Alan and I have you on the show, I'm going to ask a good question about some jurisdictional stuff. I don't want to blow it too much, and I don't want that answer right here. But I'm sure you and I will have a phone call about it. But I'm just curious, I guess, because I've already been asked a few times. Does this process not only, I'm sure it does work in other jurisdictions, but is this available in other jurisdictions outside Canada and the US that you're aware of? Actually, I'll just ask it now. Because I know I have had a few individuals from Australia ask me about it, and I was I didn't know if it's even doable in those jurisdictions. I didn't look like there was any practitioners in those jurisdictions, but nonetheless, I was just wondering if there's been any exploration into those other jurisdictions to do this. I do know that you and others have shared with me about, well, Nelson Nash mentions it in the book and on a few different videos, that if we got 10% of the populace to become, take over the banking functions in their life, banking would be a lot different here in the U.S. No, not that I'm aware of. Insurance law and tax laws are different. Yeah, okay. That'd be pretty cool if we could get some other jurisdictions rocking and rolling with this, at least, for most of the meats and potatoes. But and Scott, what are you doing up, man? It's 9:15 your time. You should be in bed. You got a busy day tomorrow, man. You got clients to talk to and 4th of July to get ready for. At any rate. Anybody got any other questions there in the chat? I know I'm probably on, I think I'm on X right now too. So I unfortunately, I cannot see the comments on X if anybody is throwing them that way, but anybody got any questions? All right, Dale, have a good night, brother. Thanks for stopping by. Next Tuesday, 5:30 local time, or 5:30 West Coast, 8:30 there on the East Coast. Tuesday, Alan's channel. No Patreon, Alan's channel. Yeah. That's right. Should be getting bed. At any rate. But anybody got any questions or anything like that in regards to the Becoming Your Own Banker, the book, the concept, any questions at all? I'll wait here for about a couple of minutes to see if anything pops through. In the meantime, while maybe we're waiting for questions, I'm going to deviate from the IBC and I'm going to just check out some crypto action real quick. Pretty cool about the XDC doing a program for the United States Treasury. I think that's cool. Doing the tokenization there. At least at a small level. That's really cool. I'll be watching that like a hawk. Well, as much as I can. I do get busy with other projects and other endeavors, but that coin XDC, it is slated to be doing some very good things, and that is just one example. One good example. Excuse me. See what the price is. Excuse me. Oh, come on, technology. Apparently I need Starlink. Oh. Crawfish. Oh, don't worry, Crawfish. You're good. You're good. This was kind of random. Alan and I were going to do the 5:30 show on his channel, but unfortunately, I mean, he's on the boat, so he had to take full advantage of the time to get his clients to their destination for the 4th of July extravaganza. So it's good, Crawfish. I appreciate you swinging through. We're just talking some infinite banking concept. I was just sharing a little bit about my some of my history with it. Things things that I like, or rather highlighting things that are important, and that's connectivity. Being able to have people to talk to about this, things that they've heard in the book, read in the book, seen on a YouTube video or a podcast. Yeah, Money Paradise. Hey, me and B-Man just talked about you too, brother. But yeah, you're good, Crawfish. I'm trying to check the price of XDC here, but it's not letting me check it out. Dang, man, dang. Yeah, impromptu. Money Paradise. We were going to do the show on Alan's channel today for the infinite banking concept, but the captain was delayed, if you will. He had to deal with his clients and to seize an opportunity to get to their destination. So it sounds like some real, I'll let him talk about it. Don't want to throw all his stuff out there in the water. But anyway, so I figured I'd come out here and talk a little bit of IBC. And for those of you, Crawfish, that were on Uphold 293 for the XDC. Yeah, there we go. Scott, if you're watching, you should really look into crypto, brother. It's a thing. It's a thing. Wow, that's a good buy. Anything under 3 cents right now for XDC is a good buy. Just saying. That's just my opinion. Gosh, and that's great. It's on Uphold, but someone like me in my state, I cannot. Uphold is not allowed in my state, but that's all right. There's workarounds. Oh yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. Let's share the screen. Going a little crypto, everybody. And share. All right, XDC USD on Bitfinex, but that's not quite the one I wanted. I wanted that one. There we go. Yeah. So all-time high is 19 cents. 19 cents. That is that is awesome. If you just play, and now look, not financial advice, but just some thoughts from a fellow cryptopian. If you were to buy right meow, and we did all-time highs again because Bitcoin did it, typically that can be translated to so is everybody else. That's basically a 500% move. Excuse me. Excuse me. That's a 5x. So for all you new people out there, what's a 5x? That means if I spent $100 today and I acquired some XTC. By the way, the $100 would be coming from my infinite banking concept, whole life dividend paying whole life insurance policy. That's where that'd be coming from, because I wouldn't be spending my money on this. I'm gonna spend other people's money on it. At any rate, if you were to buy right now and you held till about 19 cents and you decide to liquidate, that's 5 times your money. $100 gets you a total of 600. So that's 500 plus your 100 initial investment in the investment there, in the total amount. Yeah, that's a great play. Who's in? let's do it. I'm gonna have to get out of a different I think I'm just gonna have to go down and go visit Scott Chapman there in Georgia, so I can get on Uphold, so I can show him how to get some crypto and get some for myself as well. But not all cryptos are created equally. But that is a good play. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do something that most YouTubers shouldn't do, and that's go on their phone. But since I already broke protocol tonight, we're just going to check it out real quick. See what the text message is all about. All right. Yeah. Scott, you have a good night, brother. He had to go off. Past his bedtime. Money Paradise. Hey, man, if you're still out there listening, you want to jump on the stream? Because I'm pretty sure I could email you to jump on if you want to. You let me know. But yeah, there's some XDC. That's a call. That's definitely a play. What are we looking at next? I would say, well, obviously we'd have to. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Becky, look at her. OMG. You stop playing around with my mouse right now. Probably using too much bandwidth. All right, 6.6 cents is probably really actually, let's delete that. I'm seeing something different here. I know. Where did you go? No, that's not what I want. Give me this and that and this and that. No, this. There it is. Bam. Nice rectangle. Right there. Okay. Simon, why are you drawing pretty little boxes on your pretty little chart that looks so confusing? I'm doing that to give myself a heads up to where if we had price action and we started moving up and when we were tapping on this box, I mean, there's a lot of history here. I mean, even back here, there's a lot of history for us to move up and get into this zone. Even look way back here. Here, let's do. Give me the brush right there. Right there. Those are two spots with history. Even way back here. Way back here. So you can see we got some history there. So I'm putting that box there to if we did go up, right? If we did one of these, as soon as we get to this point right here, I'm going to be watching to see if we get rejected and then pop through and then maybe play in this box for a little bit. And then finally it's off to the races. We'll see how that happens. But that's why I put in that box there. It's just a range for me to go, oh yeah, okay, cool. Yep, looks like we're playing around in that box now, or well, we're playing around in that box. What's an example of here in some history? This would be an example of what has already happened that I'm looking for history to repeat itself. I can be on for maybe 30 minutes. That's cool, man. No big deal. I'm pretty sure I got your email. So let me I'll email it to you. Just give me a second. Bam. It's not quite what I wanted, but here you go. Here's the range. Something like that. It's just, if you see us, oh, we're going out, we came back in. Ooh, we're up. Nope, came back in. I'm also watching this line here. Hey, we went below the box. Oh, we came back in the box. Hey, we went up out of the box. Are we going to stay out? Ooh, almost. Almost. It looks like we're dancing on the top, and then see you later. And look, even if I drag this all the way over here, look, we're back in the box. These are just simple things to kind of help gauge where you're at in price action. You know, it's not a be all end all kind of a thing, but let me invite a guest. Just give me a moment. Okay, Money P. Let's see. I'm going to. Wow, man, a lot of bandwidth right here. This is not happening. There it is. Oh, dang it. Guys, I'm going to invite Money Paradise to the show here real quick. See if we can get it in. If he can come on right quick. Oh, Hey, 16 people watching out there. Appreciate all the love. I really do. I know this is pretty random too. You know, I'm going to share a little bit about how much I pay in interest on one debt that I have right now. And it is oh, there we go. Wow, you got that yesterday, huh? Sorry, just looking at something else. Sorry. Hold on. Let's email this off. Okay, so one of my debts that I have, it's my biggest one, by the way. I pay $1,800 and something, and it goes to interest. $1,800 and something. It goes to one bill, and that portion of that bill goes to interest. If I could reclaim that right now, right, I could still pay it, right? But instead of me paying, the lender across the street, I could be paying my bank, my banking process, the place where I stick my funds. Times that by 12 months. Let's just do that real quick. How much is that? I think it's $1,852 in interest times 12. That's $22,224 in interest a year that I pay on one item. Now, obviously, we know what item that is. It's my house. Dang, that's a lot. How much goes to principal? Like $127. Yeah. Ouch. When I first was reading this book, after I'd listened to it on Audibles a couple times. Actually, I was thinking it was about 5 times that I had listened to it on Audibles, and I finally got the book because I wanted to listen and follow along so I could absorb more information. Pretty cool life hack. Didn't know that was actually a thing. Anyways, when Nelson said, what we're trying to do is reclaim that interest, I was kind of stuck there for a minute, but I went and looked at all the bills that I pay. Where's my interest? How much was it? And I added that all up, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just giving that away to somebody else. It's not even going to It's not going to anything that benefits me per se. Yeah. Oof. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Money Paradise. Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's happening, Simon?
Oh man, we're talking a little IBC on the random. Thanks for being courageous and jumping on the live.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it's good times. What are you guys talking about?
Okay, so as you may or may not know, I was trying to Alan and I were supposed to be on his channel talking about the infinite banking concept. We were going to go through the book. We still are going to go through the book, but we're just going to try to talk about one thing on one page within the book and elaborate on that and talk about the benefits of it, or at least our view of the benefits of it. The benefits could be different for anybody else. So we weren't able to do that because the captain had to get to his destination and seize the opportunity. So since he had to do that, he going to be able to make the show. I reached out to B-Man to see if he could fill the captain's shoes as he's the first mate. Unfortunately, he is at the place of enslavement. Which I mean, if you had to pick a a company, it's not a bad company to say the least, per se. Yeah. So, but he did actually called in and we went live. I said, "Oh, hey, I'm live right now, dude. Tell me something good." So,
awesome.
Yeah, I was just so anyways, just talking infinite banking concept and sharing just a little bit of one paragraph actually out of this book. I shared the Nelson Nash Institute's YouTube channel. There's some good stuff there from the Mr. Nelson Nash himself. We've had Scott Chapman, an IBC agent that I am in discussions with. He stopped by just to check out the show, and he posted his link to his site where they're selling the Nelson Nash book, Becoming Your Own Banker, for $17.76, free shipping. Nice. So that's pretty cool. And then we're just talking crypto, XDC a little bit, just trying to show a little love to some of these awesome coins that maybe some people were going to dismiss and throw away. And now they're rethinking their thinking, like Nelson Nash says. So I'm glad that hit you well, brother. On that note, man, I'm glad.
Yeah. Thank you. You mentioned having to look at some of those coins again, and trying to reevaluate where you're going to be at, in the next couple years, 5, 10, beyond, and. Yeah. The more I look at these ISO coins, it gets a tad more difficult to want to leave those positions, like completely. And with XDC, that's one of those coins that I'm already trying to reevaluate right now, and really trying to grasp where it's going to be in the long term. If it fits in with my plans long term, you know what I mean?
Let me share some knowledge with you and the people as well. There it is. So I discovered this website I'm going to. It's called DeFi Llama. I was shown this courtesy of Cypherix and Mr. Aquaman and Mr. Man. They have a DeFi course that I've been taking. It's really good. There's a lot of real basic information that I already knew. So for us seasoned individuals that have been in the space a little while, there were some videos that I was like, but they would throw in some stuff that was a good refresher, which I really liked. And they identified that through their whole thing. But I'm here on the DeFi Llama. Let me know if you can see it. Because if you can't, that could defeat the purpose. You see that?
Yes.
Kinda.
Yes. Let me see if I can adjust. Let me see if I can adjust the screen.
Okay, let me Oh, here, let me do this. Bing. How about that? Is that a little better?
Yeah, that's better. Way better. Thank you.
Okay. All right. I know the phone is pretty much good for everything except when someone shares their screen. You're like, wait a
Right.
minute, dude. I need like a 32-inch TV with that,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
It's a bunch of fine print right now. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, read the fine
read
print. Okay.
between the lines. Yeah.
Yeah, read the lines. Okay. So we're on DeFi Llama, and this is a really great site for the DeFi space. But one of the things on here, oh, here we go. Let's go scroll down, is the total value locked within the protocol, right? So right now on the Ethereum network, there is $58 billion worth of Ethereum locked in contracts, whether that's staking, smart contracts, whatever. On the total network, there's that many ETH that is staked. So, or locked up per se. So when you actually associate, well, there's this much locked up, and Ethereum is $3,400, give or take. This, you can see why it's that price. There's just another correlation to that. So when people are assessing, maybe I've been in this coin for 3 years, it hasn't done anything. Okay. Well, that's because you don't have the demand that, say, there is for Ethereum. Okay. Yeah. You might have the utility far superior than Ethereum, but right now you don't have the demand like there is for Ethereum. Ethereum over years has built up their demand. That's why there is $58 billion worth of Ethereum locked up in contracts. But let's go look at, we came to look at XDC. There is $7.69 million worth of XDC locked up in contracts. Okay.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Well, it means they're barely running. That's not a negative thing. I'm just saying, man, they just hit the auto start on the fob to warm up their car or get the AC going in their ride before they go down to the Circle K and get a Slurpee, or whatever. You know what I mean? Go to the Taco Bell, man, get the 2-for-1. You know what I mean? Like we're just getting there. And that great news that Alan shared that, and he actually shared the article with me, and I said, screw it, I'm going to throw it out there to the public, because I had seen some other stuff in the space, and I shared that in my last video. But it's like, guys, like, they're doing stuff for the treasury. It's like, that's it right there. Is it a lot? No. $4.6 million worth is not a lot. That's a test. But that's good to see that. Now we could go on blockchain and go watch that and see how that works, see what's going on there. That's a good thing. Shoot, where was I going to go with that? Oh, here, let's look at is it XRP? I think I can look up XRP. No. Dang, what's the other one I wanted to look up? Oh, here you go. Here's Sol. Here's Solana. Just to make another reference, $4.7 billion worth is locked up in contracts. And that's part of the reason why Solana is so much. Because people are taking their coins, sticking them in a DeFi protocol, and getting a reward off that. Right?
Yeah, they're getting that yield.
Right. They're getting that yield. So if you're doing that, right, if you're like, oh my gosh, I can get a long-term play here, you don't care what the price of Solana is right now. You could be eventually part of the run up. I would argue that mostly probably institutions, venture capitalist firms are throwing a little cheddar at it. And I mean, a little for them, a hell of a lot of money for us, and they're testing their waters, because DeFi, in my opinion, and I am of this mindset. I am in this camp now because I see it wholeheartedly. Alan has mentioned it multiple times on his show, and DeFi is the future. It will be a way of how we get our residual income. We will not want to sell our assets. We will want to hold on to them and leverage them in any way possible. And this is just one way, but yeah, you might not want to sell all your XDC.
Yeah. These things are definitely going to take more time than I guess people are, accustomed to, used to seeing, really. I mean, a lot of people just have short attention spans, and, society these days is more, get rich quick schemes and instant gratification, kind of focus.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you're in these ISO coins, you gotta be, patience is the key. That's just, you need to wait. You got to wait for these narratives to kind of play out. You know what I mean? And
yes. Yeah, I was just going to mention that these coins are in a regulatory body, right? Or part the ISO 200 or 20022 is a standard, right?
Yeah.
Which is in part of an international regulation and national regulation and so on and so forth. Well, I don't know about you. This is not any shot at any type of governing body, but it's not like they really move fast.
They're designed to go as slow as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
For themselves.
Right.
The more friction, the more red tape, the more bureaucracy they can pack into it, the better for them. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They can make their adjustments to what they need to, right? But that's but that's a good point. You're gonna have to have patience on this. If these are the coins or protocols that are going to be utilized in some way, shape, or fashion in what is already built, what's being built, and what has yet to be built, then that's that could arguably be a lifetime, or at least half a lifetime. I remember. Did you ever hear this? Did you ever hear Dave Ramsey said, that his following is not ready for Bitcoin, like they won't be ready for like 20 plus years, and did you ever hear anything like that? Something like that?
Yeah. I didn't hear that specifically, but I do know that he, behind closed doors, has a very low opinion of his followers and audience in terms of how they can manage money for themselves. That's why he preaches his system, because it's real. It's really easy to adopt for most people, budgeting and putting money towards, mutual funds and whatnot, you know what I mean? But anything outside of that, it's like, he's like, no, you don't want to do that. That's he says it's stupid, but it's more in terms of managing risk, that's just a level of experience people have to kind of gain for themselves in terms of investing. So when he talks about Bitcoin, I don't trust him when he says, oh yeah, I've read the white paper and I know the ins and outs of it. It's just something I'm not going to touch, and I don't recommend it for anyone. He doesn't know. He doesn't know nearly as much about the technology as I think he says he does. Yeah.
Right. When I heard we're not even going to be ready for 20 years, like in that moment of hearing that, like I was agitated. Right. Yeah. Now, may not heard it exactly. I may not did say it exactly how it was spoken back then, but I was like, wow, 20 years. No way, dude. This thing's going to pop off. We're going to have a run up, man. It's going to be on. No looking back. That was my perceived conception of how things go in the crypto space, because I just thought once it went up, okay, we might have a breather, but really, see ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
No.
Yeah. No. That did not happen.
Right.
That did not happen. And as what you've experienced, what I've experienced thus far, as far as things taking time, it does. You're talking about mass adoption. If all the players and institutions and governing bodies that are finally in play right now. And what I mean by in play, that they're just participating at some level, whether that's regulation, whether that's maybe they're a business or a corporation and they're positioning themselves to have a foothold in this space as they see others are. That takes time to undo and redo, so I think that they've been doing that for quite some time, and here's where we're at.
Yeah.
Right. Fidelity is a great example. Fidelity is an awesome example. Said they're not doing it. They're not in, but then come to find out they're mining. And then they're one of the first ones to say, hey, we're going into Bitcoin. And that was pre-2021. I want to say that was like back in 2014 or something that they were playing ball or they started mining. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. So if they were mining in 2014, well, when did they start looking at mining? Probably 2009.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just for them to go, all right, we'll talk about it later. Let's focus here. Oh, how's that going? 2010. All right, we'll look into it. 2012. All right, let's allocate X amount of dollars to this. Just a little bit, 100 million. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Yeah. All right, good. You know what I mean? And now here we are. They're with the BlackRock and others to participate in the ETFs. So slow. But when it's ready, it's ready. It'll be ready like anything else.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They're making all these moves well ahead of everyone else, so that when adoption starts really taking form, most people are already behind the 8 ball.
Yeah. And
that's just how they want it. That's how they want it. They don't want mass adoption right now. They don't want it lightning fast the way we know it can get to. Because
absolutely,
you're going to get so many people just buying into it. If they can understand it, then it's, for most people, it's going to be a no-brainer.
Right.
If they can understand it for themselves. That's the whole thing. Is the perception, the rollout of it all, who they're listening to about this technology. I mean, prime example, my mother-in-law, her investment advisor is one of those people in that camp of anti-crypto.
Of course.
Just tells her, don't mess with it, don't even talk about it. You don't really need to think about putting any part of your portfolio towards Bitcoin or any of those other crazy scam coins. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
because he can't control it.
Yeah. He doesn't make any money off of that. You know what I mean? He's not. Just the fact alone, you don't need the intermediaries. You can get your own Bitcoin. You don't need third party. You don't need that broker to say, "Oh, I'll make those investments for you. Let me get my fees for doing all that for you." No, I don't have to anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
yeah.
I mean, look, the insurance company's doing their job. Okay, cool. But 4% every year.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
I can do what I want with it. Yeah, anything, pretty much. What can I do with it? Well, you can't go to heaven with it. Oh, okay. Can I give it to somebody else if you want to? Okay. Can I sell the policy? We wouldn't recommend doing that, but you could in a roundabout way. Sure. Yeah. It's a no-brainer if people catch on. On. So did you buy your mother-in-law some Bitcoin and say, here you go? And this is for your financial advisor too.
The way I see it, well, number one, I'm not in a position to buy anyone else any crypto. I'm kind of more focused on kind of getting my portfolios straightened out, so to speak.
Good.
And also I'm kind of in the boat that the money's best invested in my hands, you know, so I don't want to be making any decisions for anyone else, you know. If I make some money off of crypto and if I'm able to help my family out, then you know, I'll be able to you know, help them out when the time comes, you know what I mean?
When the time comes, yeah, exactly.
And also the many conversations I've had with her, I don't know if she would even be open to accepting it, which I mean, for us it's like a no-brainer. Like if somebody gave me some satoshis just out of the blue, I'd be like, wow, thank you.
Yeah, like
thank you so much.
you're
That's
like why
yeah.
send it over to cold storage.
What's wrong with this? What's wrong with these satoshis? There's something tainted about them. Like,
Yeah, is
are
this
they
like the
coming from a
Santa
cartel
Claus
or
that goes
something?
around and puts gold coins in the Salvation
Yeah,
Army's little bucket? Is that what you're doing right now?
yeah. She would be, and I can say this openly. I can say this openly because it's the truth. And if she ever saw this, not that she would ever watch a crypto show, because she's just like 100% disassociating from anything regarding crypto, anything financial, you know, space wise.
Uh-huh.
But she's the kind of person that if she would rather receive a stack of like lotto scratchers in her stocking stuffer than a mysterious wallet giving her, you know, some
Perfect. Just go out,
yeah.
dude. Go out and I mean, okay, look, take the scratcher money, okay, whatever you for Christmas. I'm serious. Do this. Flip one of your, flip whatever you're gonna flip because I know you're a flipper. You know, I think that's awesome. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so take something, right, flip it, and then just write down what you did, okay, and said, hey, for Christmas I got you these shoes, and then I flipped them for $50 profit. So the investment plus $50, I was gonna get you scratchers. But instead, here's a QR code for some Pepe. What's Pepe? Oh, it's almost like a scratcher, only you have a bigger chance of winning it. Yeah. You can watch it. Like, what do you mean? Well, you know how you scratch it and you're like, I didn't win. This is like, what's it doing today? Man. Ooh, it's so exciting. It's so exciting.
Yeah. That's a hell of an idea. I think that's the more exciting idea compared to what I normally get her for Christmas. Yeah.
Chocolates and flowers?
No, it's like usually like she's like, here's what I want for Christmas, you know? And we kind of go off of that. Me and my wife. We like have a small little list of things where it's like, oh, okay, we'll just get that. And she likes practical stuff, you know? So crypto to her is not practical.
Yeah, I get the practical stuff.
She won't believe it. She won't believe it, Simon, until she sees it. That's the thing. And that's what leads me to believe that a lot of people are going to feel the same way. They're not going to believe how great this is going to be until they start seeing people benefit from it. So until she sees me rolling in my riches, which I'm not going to be like buying Lambos or anything like that, you know, but doing what I can do and want to do with my money as a result of crypto. Once she sees that, then she'll buy in.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it is what it is. You know, I'm not gonna falter for it. You know,
No.
Yeah, she's retired, so she's trying to like manage her money and keep her financial person.
Yeah, that's I've ran into that as well. I have some neighbors, totally awesome neighbors, man. I love my neighbors. So blessed to have the neighbors that I have. Most of them are in crypto at some level because I've got them into crypto. So I definitely like, yeah, we're coming strong. at least on my block. I don't have the whole neighborhood yet, but I'm close. But
block by block.
But yeah, block by block. Yeah, that's funny. Literally block by blockchain. I've ran into that to where people they had a plan, right? 40 years ago in the making, right? And they've gotten to where they're at, and they're so integrated with their 40-year plan that to change something means not just risking the immediate of the unknown, but it means 40 years of sacrifices through their life that they made to have what they have, so it's like I get that, the high risk days, are over. And I one of the debates that I've had with one of my neighbors was, I'm not saying go all in with everything you got. That would be foolish, unless
Right.
you're still in your 40s and 30s and 20s and you got a good job and blah 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 blah. Then maybe you could, because you can make up for that. I'm like, but this will be a thing that maybe you don't win with this, right? Maybe things are still progressing, but now you have this thing that you could transfer to your kids or your grandkids, if you have any, or another family member, because maybe you don't got kids, but you got nieces and nephews or something like that. You could go, here you go, you get it. I'm graduating soon. It's all yours, just like that, and now they can have it, and it could totally elevate their lives later, but, and it was in that, it's like, well, yeah, I was like, yeah, you see the value here, right? As in the potential of the thing that the thing can do, right? Yes. Okay. But you don't see that value happening tomorrow. No. Fair. But that's not a good enough reason to not participate, in my opinion.
Yeah.
To participate, not have it be your be all, end all, fix all, win Lambo type situation, but yeah. Yeah. So
I was going to say that 10% rule you kind of told me in one of our previous conversations. I mean, that's a pretty solid kind of footwork to start with. You know what I mean? It's like 10% overall, whatever you make, just put 10% into that, and whatever you're allocating towards investment, 10% into some solid projects.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and your 401k and your pensions don't count. It's whatever cash comes into you at the end of the day, however it comes to you, 10% right off the top goes to your future investment or future, it's called your future estate, whatever that's going to be, right? Becoming your own banker talks about pay yourself first. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the protocol. I have a few other tricks up my sleeve for that. I should share some of those. I think I did. The 4-week rule. Did I tell you about the 4-week rule?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, I'll have to have you and B-Man on for that, or something. Okay. So I'd like to share that with the rest of the class. But yeah, actually, we'll have to have a private discussion about that. Because I know you got new awesome things happening in your life super soon, like mid-month, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Couple of weeks. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So before you get on that wave, you and we'll have a call. I'll tell you about the 4-week rule and how it really breaks down, and you're going to be like, "Wow, this is kind of the answer that's been in our face the whole time." Because that's what happened to me. Yeah. I will be right. I will be writing a book on it. Just don't know where to go. Chat GPT's kind of helping me out on that, but I'm still, I don't know. It doesn't meet all the infrequency of pay periods. It gets most, but I'm still trying to battle like people that get paid once a month, but more on that later. But
okay.
But yeah,
awesome.
But yeah, man. What? Yeah, we'll get into that. But we've shoot, man. Well, I appreciate you coming by, because I've gone an hour and a half. You've already been on for a little over now, a half hour.
Yeah,
I don't want to keep you any longer than you could be. But is there anything that you would like to maybe share to the crowd? We got 18 heads up on this mother plucker. Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Crypto. I know, man. We're kicking butt and taking names. Love everybody that's in here watching. I really do. Thank you so much. It's nice to feel the love on Tuesday nights.
Much love to everyone in the chat. Just put out a new video on my channel, Money Paradise, breaking down my crypto portfolio. I call it my crypto full Monty. It's all out there. I'm not pulling the punches with what I have. It's open for criticism. You know what I mean? But I'm welcome to kind of learn more and hear what others have to say about where I stand in in my portfolio. So if you want to check that out, absolutely appreciate anyone that comes along.
Yeah, check them out. At Money Paradise over there on the YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Final thoughts for myself. Oh, Tuesday nights, 5:30 p.m. The Staple Crew is where we'll be talking IBC. We're going to go through the book every Tuesday night. We're going to talk about we're going to talk about the book paragraph by paragraph, chapter by chapter, because 92 pages, not a long read, but there's a lot of information there for everybody to think about. So Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Those will be there, and it's for everybody. And we will be having guests on. We'll be having agents, IBC practitioners on there as well, so we can ask our questions to them. I do have an announcement next. Well, until I get some things absolutely 100% confirmed, I have an announcement that I'll be making that has to do with Alan and I going on a little trip. So hopefully that'll come 100% to fruition. So that'll be cool. What else? Oh, tomorrow's Dip a Toe. Come by Dip a Toe. We're gonna have Patrick Riley back in action with, I think, a few friends as well over there. So Hydro, thanks very much for stopping by, Crawfish. I appreciate the deuces. Anything else that I have? No, man, that's it. Pay yourself first, 10% right off the top, no matter what it is. Someone hands you a $5, run into the Taco Bell, break it down, get 50 cents, goes to your investment fund. Watch that pile grow and grow. All right, everybody. Thanks for stopping by and watching the show. These are the deuces. Money Paradise and I are cabooses. Take care.